Hello and welcome. The Aero India is a once in 2 years exhibition done in Bangalore for exhibiting defense products both by foreign vendors as well as Indian companies meant for use by Indian Armed Forces. I am at Aero India 2021 and the topic for this week, Simply Nitin, is what Aero India is all about and how India is now going to become or is trying to become the center of defense exports as well as Make in India for defense forces. I am Nitin Gokhale. So what is Aero India all about? When did it really begin? Aero India is in its 25th year in 2021. It began in 1996 with its first edition, which was a modest effort. Since then, there have been 12 editions till 2019. And this edition, the current edition where I am presently, is the 13th edition of Aero India. As I said, this exhibition is held every 2 years. It alternates between the Def Expo or the Defense Expo, which happens in different places, while Aero India, fortunately, has remained in Bangalore since its inaugural edition in 1996. It has grown, of course, over the years. It has now become a feature for countries across the Indian Ocean region and, of course, major defense manufacturers from the United States, Europe, and India. India's manufacturing industry in defense is, of course, very small. It's a fledgling industry. But that's what Aero India is now trying to overcome. The 25th year and the 13th edition actually is one of the smaller exhibitions because of the obvious effect of the pandemic, the coronavirus or the Corona-19 pandemic. While everyone thought that the Aero India might be cancelled, it is commendable that the Government of India and the Ministry of Defence, along with the Government of Karnataka, has actually managed to host Aero India 2021 in a hybrid form. Most of the exhibitions are in the physical form, in-person presence of top dignitaries of the defence forces. Many of the defence ministers of the Indian Ocean region have come here. And of course, there are virtual meetings that are happening every day, where seminars are taking place, where B2B meetings are taking place virtually and in physical form. So it's in the new normal, as they call it. This is commendable that the Government of India and MOD, the Ministry of Defence, has managed to hold this Aero India. So what did I see in Aero India 2021? There were 540 exhibitors, 463 of them, overwhelming number, is of Indian defense manufacturers, big and small companies. Big companies like Larsen & Toubro, Bharat Forge, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, which is of course a government-owned defense public sector unit, Ordnance Factory Board, and even smaller companies or even MSMEs and micro companies which are part of a larger ecosystem or a supply chain to these bigger companies are part of this exhibition. 14 foreign countries have sent their delegations, their products, and also their stalls have been installed in the Aero India in 2021. Bangalore is ideally suited for the Aero India, and fortunately, as I said, it hasn't moved its venue since the beginning of Aero India in 1996. Whereas Def Expo or the Defense Expo, which happens every alternate year with Aero India, has moved several places. Earlier it used to be held in Delhi, then it went to Goa. It was also held in Chennai, in Lucknow, the last Def Expo. And now finally, the next year's Def Expo, we do not know where it will go. But the Aero India has remained steadfast in Bangalore, and there's a reason for it. Bangalore has a great ecosystem of startups and innovators who are a part of the ecosystem, not only in defense but also in IT, in artificial intelligence. And because the government of Karnataka has consistently supported the innovators in aerospace industry and has in fact allotted 1,000 acres for the aerospace park in 2014. Since then, nearly 1,000 odd MSMEs are working in the aerospace industry and the MSME sector in Bangalore and in Karnataka. In fact, the government of Karnataka says that it is expecting to attract investment worth nearly 14,700 crores in the coming 2 years, which is huge. And now that the government has placed orders for 83 light combat aircraft Tejas to be manufactured by HAL in Bangalore or in Karnataka, the growth of defense MSMEs is going to be exponential. Because after all, not everything is made by HAL. It is sourced from different companies, small and big, and then HAL is the lead integrator. This will boost the ecosystem for defense and aerospace going forward. But the interesting part in this Aero India has been the presence of nearly 26 countries out of 28 that represent the Indian Ocean region. Countries from Australia to Madagascar and from Southeast Asian countries to African countries like Mozambique, which spoke at the Defense Ministers' conclave virtually. Many countries have been represented. This is the first time the Defense Ministers' conclave has been held, and all of them spoke about collective responsibility, collaborative approach, and sharing security responsibilities across the Indian Ocean region. India, being the fulcrum of Indian Ocean region, has rightfully taken the lead, and IOR countries are now looking up to India for several things: supply of defense platforms, HADR lead, that is the humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, which the Indian Navy, the Indian Air Force, the Indian Army, and the Coast Guard, the Indian Coast Guard, do in collaboration with smaller and bigger navies in the region. In fact, the interesting part is even Iran, which normally is shy of participating in multilateral forums, has come openly to this forum of defense ministers in the Indian Ocean region, and in fact he was a star attraction. I had an occasion to interview the Iranian defense minister as well as the defense minister of Madagascar, who spoke about collective responsibility, collective and shared tradition in the Indian Ocean region. India is aiming to export defense equipment and platforms worth 35,000 crores by end of 2024. In fact, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh spoke about India's readiness to export missiles like Akash, maybe BrahMos, LCA, of course the light combat aircraft Tejas, helicopters, warships, patrol boats and vessels, tanks, radars, electronic systems. So India is now coming out of its mindset of just blindly and imprudently importing only defense equipment from Western countries to try and make equipment and platforms in India, not only for the use of Indian armed forces, but also for export to other friendly countries in Southeast Asia, in South Asia, in the immediate and the extended neighborhood in Africa, and even West Asia. That's the aim. And bringing together all these defense ministers on one platform has been a major achievement, especially during the pandemic. Not only the defense ministers, there have been air chiefs who have come together in Bangalore, both physically in person as well as virtually. And obviously they have now shared their opinions, their best practices, and going forward what kind of collaboration they can have. Remember, Indian Armed Forces do lots of joint exercises with countries in and around India and even as far as United States and Australia. But the more they work together, more they exercise together, more they will have interoperability and also understand each other's systems and procedures. That's what Aero India is all about. In fact, Aero India has expanded its objectives from just being B2B exhibition where business to business people discuss their business and their plans. Now the scope has been expanded to defense minister's level, and perhaps going forward it will become a common and a normal feature in the subsequent editions of Aero India as we go forward. So as you see around me, the Tejas LCA, which is now in the news, manufactured by HAL, designed by Aeronautical Development Agency, and of course scientists in India. It is going to be an increasingly easier to see how Indian defense and aerospace ecosystem will get developed, not just in Bangalore but across the country. And India and Indian armed forces will be using more and more defense platforms manufactured in India. That's the way forward. Self-reliance, Atmanirbharta, and Make in India. These are the key words, buzzwords in Aero India as we see this time. In fact, the air display, which happens on the day of the inauguration, this time was dominated by Indian platforms. The LCH, the armed version of the light combat aircraft, light combat helicopter, the LCA, the Sarang helicopters team, which does acrobatics here with those helicopters. All that was in display. So all in all that I can say about Aero India 2021 is that while the foreign OEMs like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, MBDA, Thales, they've all have come, all the Russians and the Israelis have come in their usual numbers, may not be as large as the previous editions of Aero India. The focus and emphasis this time in Aero India 2021 was on Indian companies, Indian products, Indian defense platforms. That's heartening to see after so many years of being tagged as world's largest weapons importer. India is coming out of that shell, and hopefully the trajectory is only going to go upwards as far as vocal for local is concerned. That's all I have for you from Aero India 2021 in Bangalore. Of course, I will come up with every edition of Simply Nitin every Saturday with different topics. But as I keep requesting you, do follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also follow us on our social media handles, and of course support us if you like our kind of journalism that we do on Strat News Global. And there is this detail that you can see at the bottom of the screen where you can support us financially according to whatever you want to contribute to our growth as we go forward. That's all I have. Have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.